We anticipate in the next 10 to 12 years approximately 8 to 6 million Hispanics coming into the United States and 41 million Asians. You have been the majority minority for 400 years in this country. You have been the number 2 population for 400 years. You're going to get kicked out of being number 2. You're going to go down and become number 4. Now, common sense, even a 3rd grade education would tell you, if you didn't get anything when you were number 2, you all jumped ahead of me, but anyway, you can guess what you're going to get when you become number 4.
President Biden, do you support reparations?
Well, let me, since I haven't spoken on this, get a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 of our 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is that not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest. Which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. This is what we are faced with. And this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
We are owed $104 trillion on the very low end, plus $735 billion recurring. This number does not include the cost of about 50 Black Wall Streets that were decimated, nor compound interest from 2017 when Sean D. Rochester's book, The Black Tax, was published, nor the cost of Black life, nor the cost of living increases, nor the war on drugs, nor the current day pandemic. The number I'm working with is for slavery, Jim Crow, and accrued ongoing systemic racism, oppression, and disadvantage in the country our with their lives.
Good afternoon on the West Coast. Good afternoon. On the East Coast. You know exactly who it is, family. Angela Normana, your hostess with the mostest on the reparationist perspective, bringing you those freedmen hot topics and making the case for reparations, making the case for weaponizing our vote, socializing our suffering. And today, family, so good to see y'all. Thank you so much for joining the live. Listen, family, I'm not going to be here long. It's been a couple of days because my daughter was off from school on Monday. Listen, I never knew they took off from school the day after Super Bowl, but my baby sister tells me the teachers start calling in. I guess everybody's too hungover from Super Bowl to come to school and teach. So we had the day off. Now, I'm accustomed to President's Day and Lincoln's Day off, which is 2 consecutive Mondays. I don't know, but she was here on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I had work, so I couldn't come to you. Hi, Danielle Whitten. Thank you so much for joining the live. Yeah, so I couldn't come to you guys on Tuesday and Wednesday because I was working beyond my 3 o'clock hour. So I'm getting it in where I can fit in, family, because we have a lot of work to do this midterm to encourage you to get to the polls, but to invoke the Freedmen voter strategy akin to our ancestors who flipped the script in their best interest for civil rights way back in the gap when we were Republicans. And now we're Democrats by and large since FDR. And you see what the offerings are as the Democrat Dixiecrats continue to use us as the shoes, as the mules to deliver them the White House while they sit up and give away our reparations to themselves and immigrants alike. You know, the racial wealth gap is so egregious. It's hundreds of trillions of dollars divide. And our people are on the bottom, and we are in the fight of our lives to prevent from becoming the permanent bottom caste in the country our ancestors built with their lives. Yes, Danielle said, Super Bowl hangover day. Yes, unbeknownst to me, that's why they were off. And it coincided with Valentine's Day. And like I told you guys, you know, I want my daughter to be happy. I don't want her cortisol, you know, to rise and swell her up the way it does many of us, you know, like, I tell you, that last task force meeting dealt with the challenges of that cortisol in our Black bodies and how it's killing us. The stress is killing us. So I don't really come to you live when I know I've got to go get my munchkin. I want my cupcake to be happy, happy, joy, joy. She's a singer and she's killing the track and field. She's a 100-meter, 300-meter hurdler. And it's just epic to see her come into her own. So when it's, you know, when I have to work beyond 3, I can't come to you because once she's in my company, it's just giggles, giggles, and love. That's it. That's all I want to focus on because, you know, this business of fighting for freedmen is very stressful. And family, I advise each and every one of you to strike a balance, family. Make sure you're balancing the stressful life as a grassroots organizer and fighter for reparations. Make sure you balance it, family. It's so important to take care of yourselves in the process. So when you don't see me, it's not because I don't want to come and join you with all of the puckery, but I've got to make an informed decision based on how my day is going. But anyway, let's get into it because I have to go get her off this track shortly. Listen, family, I know we were all excited to see Mary J. and Snoop Dogg and Dre. But when they came out with those Crip uniforms, those, what do you call these Mexicans? Oh, Lord have mercy. I call them prison yard uniforms. When they came out with that, I was utterly mortified. Now, listen, all them cats are around my peer group, so I can speak on it, okay? These are the people that are responsible. In large part, the music is responsible for how we as a people got here, okay? And I just want to go over with you to make my case for how we got here. While we can celebrate, what I'm trying to tell you is, as a reparationist, my perspective just flipped on its head when I saw them bring out these prison yard outfits. I was mortified as my girlfriend was trying to justify it, because this is gang culture that they were promoting, okay? So wait a minute, those beige outfits are prison uniforms? Well, I liken them to prison yard uniforms. I've seen these. This is what I thought it was. Now, somebody else said, no, that's kind of like what the Bloods and the Crips and the Mexicans wear in the gangs and shit. As far as I'm concerned, it's all the same thing. It's all death row for freedmen, okay? Those costumes represent death row for freedmen. And we're the only ones dying. So as the reparationist perspective, my mind went to these owners. It went to slavery. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't think it's just me, though. Based on my comments in Racebook, it's not just me. Oh, shout out to Racebook. I can't see y'all. Twitter, I can't see y'all. If you want to be a part of the conversation while I'm here with you briefly, please come on over to ScrewTube and join the party in the comments section. You too could be my co-host like Danielle Winton, who is the only one typing right now. Hello to each and every one of you. Back to my thoughts. You know, this is a reparationist perspective, and my perspective was shared by quite a few people. So I want to show you a little bit of things about how my mind works when I see prison yard, gang banging kind of, Mexican little uniforms on the field before the entire world. Now, y'all know this is a world event, okay? The whole world is watching. And for the first time, shout out to Inglewood at the SoFi Stadium. It was epic. Thank God I wasn't over there. It took hours to get through the traffic. I heard they were charging $1,000, per parking space. It was a nightmare, and I'm so glad I wasn't caught up in there. I was tucked away, on the beach, and I'm so grateful. That was on Super Bowl day, but shout out to them. What's up, Herb Saint? I see you, fam. Shout out to Inglewood hosting the first Super Bowl here in LA. Well, they probably had some Super Bowls back in the Gap. I'm talking about since I've been living here with the brand new SoFi Stadium. Honey, they had such a lovely taste of Inglewood. I was, taping some things live. I was over there with John B. Switch. Oh my God, the Gap Band. Everybody was out, and they were all lined up on Market Street, where we have a few Black businesses still, okay? We're being gentrified right up out that community, y'all. I don't care what you heard. Okay, listen here. But at the time, they had Black vendors out there. They had Black food vendors. They had the music from one end of Market Street with a big old stage to the other end of Market Street. Shantae Moore, Switch, Confunction, Gap Band. Shout out to the mayor of Inglewood who made that possible. Yes, yes, yes. It was rich. It was epic. I got over there before the crowds came on Saturday. I was over there Friday night with my daughter. We had an awesome time. Danielle says, no, it's not just you. I can't even watch Antiques Roadshow anymore without my Freedman lens. Danielle, oh girl, everything is through a Freedman's lens. Once you wake up to the puckery, you can't go back to sleep. Right, sis? Anywho, back to what I was saying. So I saw these uniforms and I almost lost my cool, because all I keep thinking about, family, is how a sea of white folk, and a sprinkle of, there were a couple raisins maybe out there, but the people who could afford the Rams tickets are white folks predominantly. The ones that killed and stole all of our wealth. Now, they're the ones that occupy the stands by and large, as we provide the entertainment. So all I could see was the slave owners and the slave masters. I got to bring it up. This is what I saw. I didn't even bring this up yet, y'all, but let me get on over here and bring this up so y'all can see what I saw. I don't know how many of y'all saw Colin Kaepernick's series, Black and White. It was rich. It was epic. You absolutely need to do yourself the best service ever and get on over to Netflix and support that brother's series called Black and White. Lord have mercy, that brother fought to be Black. In a lot of microaggressions from his white parents that adopted and raised him. His mother is white. She gave him up for adoption. Father is Black. And he was raised by white parents. And I'm telling you, the racism that this brother endured was just everything. But I want to share with you what I saw. This is the way the reparationist perspective mind works. Okay. So, Danielle was agreeing. She was in my amen corner agreeing with me that it's very difficult not to see things through a reparationist lens. So I want to show you, because this is part of Colin Kaepernick's movie, his series, okay? This is what he talks about in his experience. Let me share my screen. Oh, Lord, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so let me try to see if I can blow this up. Hold on, y'all. Is that as big as it gets? Oh, Lord. Well, I think. Okay, Lord have mercy. I'm trying to make it big for y'all to see. Hold on. Let me try that again. I might have to start it over again. Hold on. This is what I saw. This is what came to mind as I saw us in them prison yard uniforms. My mind went here. Okay, stand by. I'm going to do that one more time. It's only 20 seconds. Let me see if I can replay it. So that's kind of how my mind worked that day. Okay. I saw them prison uniforms and I was mortified to see the prison yard uniforms, the gang, the cholos, whatever they call them, honey. It's blood and Crip kind of gear. It's what the Mexicans wear by and large, okay, out here in the law. So when I saw that, my mind went to all of these owners whose median salaries, the NFL owners receive I asked, how much profit does an NFL owner make? Between 20 million on the low end and around 500 million on the high end a year. So this is how my mind works as a reparationist perspective. The owners being predominantly white, the viewers being predominantly white. It felt like the gladiators. It felt like Bloodsport. It felt like, was that Django, where they had the slaves fighting each other to a bloody pulp to near death? That's what the images flashed through my mind as I saw people in my peer group who are responsible for these kind of horrific lyrics that our children are feasting on a regular. You see, the white kids get to feast on this diabolical music and get to go on to be heads of corporations. They get to go on to be heads of Facebook and Meta and Twitter and Amazon because it's just entertainment for them. But it becomes actualized in the lives of freedmen to the tune of 2 million black men on lockdown. Many of whom are there for nonviolent offenses. Okay? This is what goes to the mind of a reparationist perspective. I see things very, very differently now since getting involved in this fight. You know when you know something is inherently wrong, but then it all starts to dawn on you, and then you attract to yourself your tribe and people that kind of see it your way, and they understand how you see it. Y'all got that in common. Well, that's what this did to me. And apparently it brought out the commonality in me and the people who follow me over on Facebook. So back to my story. So all I could do was see the throngs of white folks watching this blood sport that leaves us by and large crippled in our older years. I think I saw Deion Sanders in a wheelchair praying and thanking God. You know, I look at how Muhammad Ali's last days were and how decrepit he was and didn't have his full faculties of his mind. I look at the head injuries, the back injuries of our brothers who play this blood sport, who run this pigskin, and then guess what their median income is? Let me find it. How much are NFL players paid? As per the league's collective bargaining agreement established in March 2020, NFL players' minimum salary measured up to $660,000 in the 2021 season. Did you hear that? So the difference is the median salary per year, well, at least in 2021, since 2011, the salaries have risen by nearly $300,000 in 10 years. So in 10 years, they've gone from around 330,000 to now a median salary of 660,000, while the owners, predominantly white owners, I don't know of any black NFL owners, their profit, okay, is between 20 million on the low end and 500 million on the high end. You see, that's how a reparationist perspective thinks. She thinks in terms of the data. She thinks in terms of the numbers, and she makes the case for reparations. She makes the case for weaponizing our vote and socializing our suffering. So all I could see was the slave masters, their wives, their children, watching us as the slaves run the pigskin and create chaos on the outside of the stadium, because we had to look with our nose pressed to the stadium walls, okay, in order to see what was going on. We had to watch from home. Not that I'm into this crap, especially since Colin Kaepernick took a knee. And while I'm on the knee, y'all need to stop this nonsense with sitting up here praising whatever the hell, what's his name? The Slim Thug, what's his name? What's his name? Come on now, Marshall. What's that boy's stage name? Who's getting all this praise for taking a knee? That fool was kneeling as a tribute to Tupac. He wasn't kneeling for Black life. Furthermore, I beg the question over in my race book, okay? I beg the question, how much did Eminem, that's the boy's name, Slim Shady. Thank you, Herb Saint. Listen, how much has that brother, how much is that wigger, okay? How much has he run those brothers and sisters in terms of HBCU college funding? You know, Howard University is about $200,000 for an undergraduate degree. How many of them has he put through school? How many of them work for him? Okay? How many of them earning 6 figures a year through Slim Shady, taking the knee, as everybody trying to make him a damn hero? Because that's what they love to do in Hollywood, right? They love to make heroes of these white folks. They love for us to be the slaves and the great white Hulk come through and save the damn day. Okay? So Eminem was supposed to have been kneeling. I ain't never seen him in no Black Lives Matter protests. I ain't never seen him doing records about how we're being murdered and executed with immunity, with impunity by these race soldiers who keep coming up in our houses as of late and just executing us on command, like not even allowing young Amir Locke to come all the way to. I ain't never seen Eminem produce records, you know, about this atrocious being executed by the Glacier Donkey race soldiers by qualified immunity. I have never seen him fighting. I mean, I've seen more from Kim Kardashian fighting for brothers to get free from jail than I've ever seen Eminem do. Now, all of a sudden, he's being credited with keeping Black Lives Matter alive on the field after they told his ass not to kneel in the first place. No, because if he was doing it, he certainly did it in a punk-ass way. Okay, he did it in a punk ass way, because I didn't even get the message. I didn't get the memo when he kneeled. I thought he was kneeling to Tupac, being, you know, the king of the West Coast rap. You know, his contribution to the West Coast. I didn't even think twice that he was kneeling for Black Lives to Matter. But everybody want to give him praise. Not everybody. My people are smart enough not to go there. But far too many want to sit up here and talk about he took a knee for Black Lives to Matter. And I'm saying, that was a knee as a tribute to the great Tupac. As far as I saw, I didn't even go there. Like, I was wondering when he knelt. When folks was up in arms about him having taken a knee bravely, like that of Colin Kaepernick. No, the hell he did not. That was a knee for Tupac. And we should not get excited over white folks trying to pretend that Black Lives Matter anyway, because they love their white privilege, or this shit would cease. They love their white privilege. Don't get it twisted. They're not, you know, even that fool Jane, what's her name? Jane Elliott, sitting up here doing all this, that, and the third, trying to get her white folks together about racism, white supremacy, And the minute she's asked about reparations, well, we're going to pay the Indians first. Well, we're going to do that one on tomorrow, okay? I'm not going to get into the Catawba Indians and how Coon Clyburn wants to give us Lift Every Voice as a national anthem, but has helped to enrich the Catawba Indians with a predominantly white $5 Indian board, millions of dollars tax-free. Well, that's tomorrow's show. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about here. So you've got owners that are earning $1 bazillion a year as compared to the players who are earning about on the median $660,000 a year. And so when I see Snoop and them coming out there, I had to start reflecting. I start reflecting on what the rap lyrics used to be. This is one of my favorite. We are KRS-One. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and pretend to try to throw down some rap. I'm just going to give y'all a few of the words. New books. We Are the Gods is the name of this one. New book. Let me share the screen. Well, I better not do that. I might get a copyright strike. New books, new facts, new hooks, new tracks, new tools, new gats. You fools should move back. Original boom bap. Mystery school rap with the Pythagorean harmonics crowds. I move that. Who's that? The one who rocks this mic and 1,000 others. For further evidence, you can check this very album cover. I'm about to smother the ignorance out, you MFers. You sleeping on this teacher. Let me get you out them covers. No time for sleeping. No choking. Stay awoken. Africans still beat when the stick's broken. I'm flowing. Mind open. Chakras glowing. I realize the all-seeing being is all-knowing. From heaven we came from, so to heaven we going. We the first agriculturalists. We reap what we sowing. Know who you are, not just what the TV's showing. I came to find you. We are the gods. I came to remind you. We are the gods. Don't let them blind you. We are the gods. The truth is inside you. We are the gods. Grow up. Feed the needy. Avoid the greedy. No one but us look like Akhenaten, Nefertiti, Akhenaten, Nefertiti. Not the painted bust of Nefertiti, but the Nefertiti on the temple wall, seen by all in ancient graffiti. Heed me. 33 years ago, God freed me. Then she said she needed me to spit the truth for her weekly. Freely? Easy open mics now, don't teach me. My face gets sweaty, palms get all greasy. I start flashing-ish, all you see is feces. Written-ish, spitting-ish, KRS, a different species. The boy beast, he's slow and he's low. That is the tempo. When you know, you know. Rappers come and go always. Claim they run the show till they feel that. Thunder blow, straight from the mother flow, gutter flow. Faced with BS, I spit the other flow. Oh, hold on, y'all. Oh, this thing done messed up my whole flow. Okay. I'm almost finished, y'all. Okay, back to my rap. Okay. Rappers come and go, always claim they run the show till they feel that. Thunder blow, straight from the mother flow, gutter flow. Faced with BS, I spit the other flow. But BS, a fertilizer. Maybe they'll help these brothers grow. I don't know. Queen Mother, wake up. King Father, wake up. You sleeping on this teaching. It's you I got to shake up. Wake him up. We the return of the Christ. Christ is not a man. It's a symbol of a community brought back to life. They got you looking for a red or white or blue savior. But here comes the black savior. Krishna, gat blazer, tongue sharp like that razor. Original rap flavor. I speak in general terms because I'm that major. Still got to paint you privately. Don't lie to me. God is the Motorola, mobilizing inside of me. My sheep know my voices. They choice and they flock to me. When knowledge reigns supreme, ignorance you not gonna see. Unite with me and I'll unite with you. Don't fight with me and I won't fight with you. Establish law. That's what we got to do. The future's dependent on us. Maybe this is not for you. Okay, I came to find you. We are the gods. I came to remind you. We are the gods. Don't let them blind you. We are the gods. The truth is inside you. We are the gods. Woo, child. I think they earned their keep on that one. I got another one that we used to say. Okay. KRS-One. Okay. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it's called Brown Skin Woman featuring Kid Capri. Yo, Chris, yo. That was fresh. Come with that next ish. Let me get to I'm going to get to the words. All this little back and forth. So the chorus is brown skinned woman, you a queen, not a hoe. Any man that dropped the lyric, what we give them the bow. Brown skinned woman, you a queen and not a hoe. A man that dropped the lyric, what we give them the bow. So this is verse 1. We don't come with disrespect. We come with intellect. If you come with disrespect, you get a rope around your neck. Some people don't expect me to be so violent, but me not violent. Just myself I protect. Too many times I see young gal pick a D, pay $5, $10, $20, $30 to see some rapper, some singer, some celebrity talk about they want fee sex up and fill up your body. But them now talk about peeling off some money for the pumping on the bed when you have that baby. What you think can happen next? Are you done having sex? Too much of ignorance, not enough intelligence. Me not against sex, but too many DJ talk sex, but them not talk about the next day. Because the next day, them gone. And you sit alone, got them soup up your mic. Upon the microphone. Okay. Verse 2. Brown skinned girl, them can't dish you because you run the show. Them call you all type of bimbo, but you know you're not a hoe. Boy, pick a D. Check out your history. Brown man is a god in any city. White men know that. White man knew that. And that was a shock. So then whip up your bod and then whip and not stop. But them now can't stop us with the whip and the chain. So then take away your history. Erase your name still. With no name, with no fight, with no fuss. We just take on the name that master give us. That name is nigga. The correct is Negro. It's Spanish for black. White man, call us that. There is also Negroid, also Negro. Now all nigga punt in the corner playing CeeLo. Man, you're not a Negro because your skin is not black. Take a look at yourself. You're brown and that's a fact. That's not jump from no tree. You're not live in no cave. That's some garbage them print. Them what want you to behave. You an African man, some say Asian. You must respect your love. All brown-skinned woman. If you dish your woman, you're not come with no plan. So shut up your mouth. So you must understand. Okay, now. We went from conscious rap like that has been welcome to the live, y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Hi, YVOC Info. Thank you, I love YVOC Info says, that was excellent rap. I'm doing my best over here. Listen, I'm trying to make a point, y'all. Let me take a sip. I thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. So we went from that to gangster rap, okay? This is my point. This was the consciousness. This is where the kids were learning history because you know they're not teaching it in the class, and now they're fighting to keep the history indefinitely whitewashed so your kids never understand how great they are. These kids will never know how to say it loud, I'm Freedman proud. You know, they are burying, they are changing the history. Biden had the unmitigated gall to say that immigrants built this country. What the hell? So you see, they're doing this on purpose as they did with the conscious rap. You know, remember Rappers Delight, how much fun it was? The chicken tastes like wood and just a few little dozens. We had a good time with the music back in the gap. Our music wasn't killing folks. We still had our families intact. Okay, so then the raps change. When you get up here, YVOC says, does everyone notice that whites had to include a white Eminem in playing our music at the Super Bowl? They always ensure that a white person and their blandness is mixed in with our greatness. YVOC Info, you ain't never lied, sis. And now you got some of our people praising him for taking a knee that wasn't even intended for Black life. He ain't never marched for Black Lives to Matter, but he will certainly grift off of our genius and our creation called hip hop to get that bag, like all of them do. Okay. Thank you, White Info. That was a great observation. Yes. So anywho, so we came from this fun bubblegum kind of rapper's delight, and then it moved into this consciousness with I see his face, Chuck D and KRS-One. Like, these brothers were spitting the consciousness. Will Smith kept it light and fun with Summertime. I mean, this is a time when we grew up and we had families. Our families were whole and intact. Like you see many of the immigrant families who don't believe in abortion. You know, they believe in family. You know, we've aborted and given 20 million babies back to God. And so the rap back in the Gap, just like the music back in the Gap, was all about love and happiness and family and picnics and, you know, reunions. And oh my God, this is the stuff we grew up on. Okay. And then the likes of Death Row Records was born. Suge Knight, I think his ass is still in jail. It produced the worst rap lyrics ever that fed into the war on drugs and the war on poverty and the war on each other. Okay? It fed into the prison culture. Let me spit a couple of them raps. Not even a couple. I'm just gonna probably do let me see, where's it at? Hold on, y'all. Now I had it up. What'd I do with it? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is which Natural Born Killers, Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. You see. So these are the lyrics. Ish, I'm tired as F. Come on, baby, let's get the F home. That's a male talking. Then the female says, let's hurry up. I hate this neighborhood. Here's another male talking. Nigga tripping over here in Ish. Dr. Dre, hey, nigga. Male says, oh, Ish. Female says, just keep walking. Don't turn around. Dr. Dre, hey, homeboy. Sup, MF? Male, here we go again. Dre, you and your MF, Itch Bay, what's up? The male, hey, nigga, why you ucking Faye with me? Okay? Why you pucking with me? Okay? I'm trying to keep it clean. Dr. Dre, F you, ninja, because I can. And then the gunshots and the female screams. So this is the verse 1, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. Journey with me into the mind of a maniac doomed to be a killer since I came out the nutsack. I'm in a murderous mind state with a heart full of terror. I see the devil in the mirror. Buck, lights out. Because when I grab my sawed off, ninjas get hauled off. Ha ha, barrel one. Tears your tears your MF flesh. Yeah, barrel 2. Tears your pucking heart out your chest. You see, I'm quick to let the hammer go click on my Tech 9. So if you try to wreck mine, fool, it's your bedtime. Feel the blast from the chocolate bomber. Infrared aimed at your head like your name was Sarah Connor. Decapitation. I ain't hesitating to put you in the funeral home with a bullet in your dome. I'm hot like lava. You got a problem? I got a problem solver, and his name is Revolver. It's like a deadly game of freeze tag. I touch you with a 44 mag, and you're frozen inside a body bag. Nobody iller than this graveyard killer. Cat pillar, because I'm a natural born killer. Verse 2, Ice Cube. Terror illustrates my error. Now I can't, hold on, y'all. Now, I can't hang around my mama because I scare her. I want to blast MFers. Yeah, what's up? It feels like I'm busting a nut when I open you up because your body is exposed to the midnight mist. All week, MFers, give my ring a kiss. Because I'm giving dirt naps, coming with them bomb-ass raps to make your lungs collapse, perhaps. You never sleep because every time you doze, you catch blows to the MF nose. Ain't seen the sun in 66 days. Let me count the ways in a pucked up maze. I never, ever, ever made a whole stay. But I'm down with Dre like AC is down with OJ. So puck how you living. I'm the unforgiving, psycho-driven murderer. It's authentic. Don't panic. I can't stand it. Hot damn it. Schizophrenic. So puck Charlie Manson. I'll snatch him out of his truck, hit him with a brick, and I'm dancing. Mass murderer, natural born killer, and I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Verse 3. I don't understand the logic in my dreams, but I understand I like the sounds of sirens, terrified screams from the streams of strychnine, dumping on any motherfucker trying to trick mine, because punk MFers want to violate. Now they stiff and cold and their pupils won't dilate. It's so much pain, migraine, headache. I can hear his bones break. He steps in the single door, get his ass whipped. This is what our kids are listening to. With 20 lashes like that dude up in Singapore. So I'm going to pull a punkin' Jeffrey Dahmer. Now I'm suicidal, just like Nirvana. My middle name. Verse 4. Tick tock, tock tick, tock tick. Dr. Dre and Ice Cube on some murderous-ish. Keeping ninjas in order, making their lives shorter, ready to slaughter. Because to me, a life ain't worth a quarter or a dime. Mushrooms got my mind. Hallucination, ain't no debating. I'm creating an escape route to be out without a doubt, scot-free. So don't even think about trying to stop me, because I can't wait. I'm out the gate. On the realer, a thriller, or a natural-born killer. Gitchy, ya, they call me Dada. 6 million ways to murder. Choose one, lose one soul, bodies turn cold. Natural fright, I'm sorry, y'all. From ninjas going bump in the night. Should I peel him? Yeah. Should I peel her? Am I an iller? Hell yeah. Then a natural born killer. This is death row. And this was what was being celebrated out there during Super Bowl. Okay. Welcome to the live, y'all. Okay. Daniel said those lyrics. Ooh wee. Yes, honey. Mad. Hotter than fish grease. That this is what we're celebrating. The death row of freedmen is what this is about, family. While the white folks make all the cheddar and their white kids get hooked up, while our kids get set up for preschool to prison pipelines off these lyrics, while our kids abort 20 million babies off these lyrics, while our kids get to be the largest numbers in social services, okay, where they're doing heinous, horrific things to our Black kids' bodies, while our men go to prison behind this music, while our mothers are raising our kids single-handedly behind this music, while our women have gone from what KRS-One rapped about to itches and hoes behind this music, death row, while Snoop and Dre and Cube have sold out our people. They got their bazillions of dollars And they got a lot of black blood on their hands. Jay-Z, all of them. You see? And so this is what I saw when I saw these fools in the Cholo uniforms, in the Crip and the Blood, in the prison yard uniforms, out there dancing a hot damn jig for the white folks that own their asses to this day. And Snoop throwing up Crip signs and carrying on. When this gang banging has put our kids in the ground, even the innocent ones that had nothing to do with that life. While Biden spends $30 million on crack pipes, basically a payoff to the people who pretend to give a damn, who want to be there with the Narcan to bring you back to life when you really are wishing for death because you ain't got nothing to live for. They just getting paid off to give a damn. The little programs are getting paid off, getting their pockets lined. As they weaponize a crack epidemic that ended when they put everybody in jail and the rest in the ground. So this is for their opioid addicted, because that's the pandemic of today. It sure ain't crack no more. You know, so listen, this is what we're up against, family. We have a serious fight amongst us. Let me see if I got a little time. There's this article I wanted to share with you all. Yeah, they're promoting gun violence, the impact of gun violence on Black Americans. We're disproportionately impacted by gun violence, thanks to the likes of Death Row Records. They experienced 10 times the gun homicides, 18 times the gun assault injuries, and nearly 3 times the fatal police shootings of white Americans. Gun homicides, assaults, and police shootings are disproportionately prevalent in historically underfunded neighborhoods and cities. That's Freedmen life they talking about. This lack of funding intensifies our country's long-standing racial inequities while we fight for reparations. Local groups, residents, and city officials are driving solutions to reduce gun violence and increase safety in their communities, but data and resources are needed to support these efforts. Yeah, it's Ice Cube and Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre pouring in millions into our communities to fix the problems that they created with their diabolical music, their Death Row Records. I just read somewhere that Dr. Dre spent $10 million to participate with that garbage at the Super Bowl and did not receive a dime. Do you see the cooniness going on? I guess he figured that would up his music sales, you see. I guess he figured that would up his music sales, being out there repping over 50 for an industry that has put our kids behind bars, put our kids in the ground. Each day, on average, 30 Black Americans are killed by guns, and more than 110 experience non-fatal injuries. At least every other day, Death Row, a Black person is shot and killed by the police every other day. These trends worsen in larger cities, where Black Americans make up 68% of homicide victims. They got the Death Row Records so tough that we don't even need to be killed by the Glacier Donkeys no more. We just do each other in. Gun violence further clusters in specific social networks and neighborhood subsections. For decades, residents have come together to ensure public safety within their communities through street outreach, hospital-based violence intervention programs, and more. But nobody destroys this diabolical music. That's the enemy. When rappers become, nobody will file anti-Freedmen defamation claims in this music to stop this music that white folks listen to for enjoyment. That's killing us and putting us behind bars. Get you all doped up, drugged up. There was a little bit of everything in those lyrics I just spit for y'all from Dre and Q, right? Yeah, I don't see none of them pouring money back into the community. None of them giving apologies for being complicit. But lawmakers need to do their part. They must prioritize community and evidence-based solutions to gun violence, assess their racial impacts, and develop systems to end and ensure accountability for police shootings. Yeah, Biden chose to protect the Asians and the Indians, who have less than 1% of the heinous atrocities visited and leveled at Freedmen specifically. You see, it's a money thing. Black immigrants are twice as, they're about 1,000 times more wealthy, and their incomes are, 2.5 times more than ours. They don't live in the neighborhoods where the glacier donkeys are militarized and come up in there and execute us with impunity as, we execute one another. Let me see if I can find that article real quick. I just feel my daughter about to call just as I get going. I need to stop farting around in the beginning of these things so I can get through my whole speech, through my whole broadcast. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Let me find that article real quick, y'all. Hang in there. We almost done. I'm almost done with my rant. I know I sound all over the place, but if you listen back a couple times, it'll make sense to you. How this was more bitter than sweet, as my headline suggests. Hold on, y'all. Let me go to this inbox and fish this thing out. Let's see here. Where's that? Okay. Oh, child. The ghetto. Okay. Now, I don't know how true this is. I haven't. Let me go back. I'm not trying to print it. I haven't seen it everywhere. But this is Daily Report. How much money did Super Bowl halftime show cost Dr. Dre? The Super Bowl halftime show was nothing short of epic. The star-studded cast was helmed by Dr. Dre and featured heavy hitters Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and special guest 50 Cent. Fans have long awaited for the moment to arrive ever since it was announced on Thursday, September 30th, 2021. And it absolutely did not disappoint. I guess it did disappoint me. I'm not the only exception, not according to my comments in Facebook, but as reported before, and let me explain. I did not mind the performance. I'm talking about it being on the world stage and then introducing the sea walk and these prison yard uniforms. I had enough. Good feeling gone. Okay? But as reported before, the performers selected to headline the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime slot don't get paid. Now, I never knew that. That did not stop the super producer from investing millions of his own dollars to ensure that the show was terrific. Sunday, February 13th. Okay. Let me move down because I don't have all this time to be glorifying in something I really found no glory in. I was trying to find the number. Okay, co-produced. Okay. While these are some of the biggest names to grace the entertainment industry and are all deserving of whatever dollar amount they demand, they've all done it for free. Good Morning Gorgeous singer Mary J. Blige recently touched on the subject prior to her iconic performance on Sunday at the Sophie Stadium in Inglewood, California. Listen, you're going to be paid for the rest of your life off of this, said Mary J. Blige. However, she stressed that the opportunity is going to open many doors for her, perhaps that she's never walked through before, albeit Blige has achieved so much in her career. Co-produced along with Roc Nation, it was revealed that Dr. Dre chose to invest millions of dollars of his own money into making the show a success. Initially an undisclosed amount, a recent tweet from sports journalist Nathan Ball and Yahoo both claimed that Dr. Dre invested $7 million of his own money. While the artists don't receive their standard pay for the performance, the NFL does cover the hefty expenses that the show may cost. Artists, however, tend to see a jump in their sales and streaming numbers following their performances. A quick glance at the current iTunes charts proves this, as Mary J. Blige's Family Affair and a slew of Dr. Dre's music ascended to the top 10. Okay, so that's how that works. That's what I kind of thought. Let me see if I can get one more little article in. The music of mass incarceration. I want to put this up and share it. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I see you, Lineage First, Eerie Black Fire. Let's see what y'all got to say before my child call. Let me see. Lineage First. The culture represented in that halftime show has pretty much dissipated. No, it's gotten worse, Lineage First. They set the stage for how diabolical rap music has become. The rap music of the day is promoting our kids to do drugs, to commit suicide. It's glorifying prison life, as you saw about 100 dancers out there or more in prison yard uniforms. Yeah, it's promoting gang life. It's promoting black on black crimes and murder. That's the music of today. Now, if you come from a whole, healed, complete family, you know, you can listen to this stuff like a white person and not be fazed. But by and large, our kids are living these lyrics. And that's what they're rapping about. So sadly, what they did and what they continue to do, they don't really go in the studio with this kind of nonsense no more. Not that I know of. But they've got a whole history of helping to usher in this diabolical rap music that by and large impacts our kids towards the grave and towards the prisons. Okay. Lineage First. When many of these guys came out of incarceration in the 2000s, 2010, and recently they found their cultural communities vanished. Yeah, but their music helped to disappear it. Yeah, you're right. Lineage First. Hasn't Dr. Dre divested from his ethnic group? I don't know about all that. Listen, I don't follow this atrocity. You know, we get to live this daily in our communities, those of us that haven't been gentrified out. Eerie Black Fire, Shirley, who's I see you, family. Oh, my Shirley's here. I love you. I love all y'all, Black and Strong. But Shirley, Urban Game Changers, y'all got to check her out. She is fire. That's my sister from another mister. All right, let me get on because I know this phone's about to ring. Hold on. Let me share the screen and give you a little bit of this article. The music of mass incarceration. Y'all need to understand that all of it is designed to ethno-genocide us right about this piece. That's why these white folks who own the labels continue to allow this. Okay? So let's get into this a little bit, and I'm going to play a little bit of Dr. Claude Anderson supporting, not endorsing necessarily, my Freedmen voter strategy. Okay, so let's see here. Intellectual. Oh, let me jump. So this is the article. Can y'all see that over there? Let me come over. Make sure y'all can see me in it. Yeah. I want some of me up here. Eerie Black Fire showing you love, Shirley. Hold on, let me. Oh, she sees it. Okay. Hold on. I want to be. I didn't mean to do it that way. Yeah, let's share it like that. Y'all see enough of it, okay? I didn't want y'all to listen. When I'm not live, I get concerned that, you know, y'all need to see a little bit something more than just me speaking in the mic, hollering in the mic mostly. Yes, I'm an angry Black woman. I got a lot to be angry about. Turn down for what? Y'all need to turn the fuck up, okay? Intellectual property law reaches every aspect of the world's society and creativity. Sometimes creative expression is at the very crux of societal conflict and change. Through its history, rap music has demonstrated passionate creative expression, exploding with emotion and truths. Now the most popular musical genre in America, rap has always shared and consistently critiqued disproportionate effects of the criminal legal system on Black communities. The world is increasingly hearing these tunes with special acuity and paying more attention to the lyrics. Virtually every music recording artist would consider the following numbers a major career achievement: 500% increase. Growth, 25% market share, but these are not recorded music sales or revenue numbers. Rather, they are statistics that make the U.S. number one in the world in what? Incarceration. To my point, mass incarceration refers to the decades-long phenomenon in which the U.S. has locked up a sizable amount of its population in federal and state prisons, as well as local jails. According to the Sentencing Project, the U.S. is the world's leader in incarceration with Wait, let me get my glasses. Lord, is that 22 million or 2.2? Hold on, y'all. Okay, there's a point. 2.2 million people in prisons and jails, a 500% increase over the last 40 years. Despite having only about 5% of the world's population, the U.S. has nearly 25% of the world's prison population. The National Research Council reported that increased time served in prison for all offenses accounted for half of the 222% growth in the state prison population between 1980 and 2010. Are y'all having fun yet? This is freedmen predominantly. Are y'all having fun yet? Most of these offenses are nonviolent crimes. Most of these offenses are nonviolent crimes. There are more people behind bars for drug offenses today than the number of people who were incarcerated for any crime in 1980. That means freedmen. While Biden gives $30 million to drug programs to rehab the crack addicted who are in jail. Did you hear me? So they weaponize our crack epidemic to help the opioid addicted and to line the program's pockets. Mass incarceration disproportionately affects people of color. Hell no, it disproportionately affects freedmen. We're not POC, we're not minority, we're not underserved communities. All these things mask the failures of this government by who? Freedmen. Stop these lies. More Black people are under the control of prison and corrections departments than were ever enslaved in this country. People of color make up 37% of the U.S. population, but 67% of the prison population. This disparity does not correlate with the rate at which crimes are committed. For example, despite the fact that whites engage in drug offenses at a higher rate than blacks, blacks are incarcerated for drug offenses at a rate 10 times greater than that of whites. More generally, Black Americans face a greater likelihood of being arrested than white Americans. Black Americans are more likely to be convicted once arrested and more likely to face stiffer sentences once convicted. While mass incarceration was taking hold in the U.S., rap music was gaining traction. Once deemed a passing fad of the 70s and 80s, rapper hip-hop music has become mainstream, driving American culture and consumption, and its importance is not limited to entertainment, capitalism, and economics. Indeed, rappers played a vital role in the documentation of mass incarceration. From its beginnings 50 years ago, hip-hop has explored a range of themes that address the root cause and detrimental effects of mass incarceration, including urban decay, poverty, community violence, hyper-policing, police misconduct and brutality, government surveillance, tough on crime policies, and prosecutorial zeal. Rap music was born during an era of economic vulnerability and tough on crime policies, which also contributed to mass incarceration. Since its birth, rappers of all genres, party, conscious, political, and gangster, and in every era have written songs critical of social, economic, and legal injustices. They have paid particular attention to the devastating effects of the criminal legal system on Black communities. Government economics in the war on drugs. Okay, that's a lot to read. Police violence. Race-based traffic stops. I'm jumping through. The surveillance state. The criminalization of rap music. There's a particularly troubling aspect of the connection between hip-hop and mass incarceration. A situation where rap music documenting mass incarceration moves to rap music facilitating mass incarceration. Did you hear that? Let me slow it down. There is a particularly troubling aspect of the connection between hip-hop and mass incarceration. A situation where rap music documenting mass incarceration moves to rap music facilitating mass incarceration. That is Death Row Records. As far back as the early 90s, police and prosecutors nationwide have been using rap lyrics as criminal evidence to investigate, convict, and sentence young Black and Latino men. The office research has uncovered hundreds of case lists, mostly drug, gang, or violent crime, in which rap lyrics have been used as criminal evidence. Undoubtedly, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Despite its scope, the practice has gained public attention only in recent years. Journalists have covered the stories of high-profile defendants such as Louisiana rapper McKinley Mac Phipps, and more recently, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Major legal decisions touching on the topic, such as the U.S. Supreme Court's 2015 opinion in Alonis v. United States, have attracted attention. Within the music community, Atlanta-based rapper Killer Mike has raised awareness of the issue, joined by other well-known artists such as 21 Savage, Chance the Rapper, Meek Mill, and Luther Campbell. Currently, this tactic is playing out before the public in the case of rising rap star Darrell Caldwell, better known to fans as Draco, the Ruler. Draco, a gifted and popular rap artist, has been described as one of the most original new rappers to emerge out of his hometown, Los Angeles. He has amassed hundreds of thousands of followers on social media, tens of millions of views on YouTube, and the attention of national media outlets. And guess what? Death Row Records gave birth to him. He don't have to be signed to the label for Death Row Records to have given birth to him and the rest. In 2017, LA prosecutors charged Draco with ordering a 2016 shooting that, according to prosecutors, was a botched attempt to kill a musical rival, fellow LA-based rapper RJ. However, at his trial in 2020, the jury acquitted him of most of the counts against him, including multiple counts of murder. They still ain't resolved what happened to Nipsey. It's like that case came and went. But prosecutors plan to retry him on the lone charge the jury hung on the first trial, criminal gang conspiracy. Draco is a member of a well-known rap collective called the Stink Team. Prosecutors claim the collective is actually a criminal street gang and allege that Draco benefited from the gang's violence. If convicted, Draco faces life in prison. While Draco sits in the men's central jail in LA awaiting retrial, his artistic voice has not been silenced. Don't they go to jail to produce records, to get creative, to wax poetic? In March 2020, he released a new album, Free Draco from Jail, a collection of previously recorded works. The album is commercially entertaining and politically conscious. He followed that up in June 2020, releasing an album entirely recorded over the jail phone system. Thank you for using GTL. As one reviewer wrote, as a statement about the carceral state, capitalism, the prison industrial complex, the U.S. criminal justice system's targeting of rap and rappers, and the ongoing game of real versus fiction taking place with hip-hop itself, it's unimpeachable. The song Fictional is particularly notable in that it tackles head-on the issue of rap as fiction versus nonfiction, which is playing out in Draco's case in courtrooms across America. He raps, quote, "It might sound real, but it's fictional. I love that my imagination gets to you," as Washington Post music critic Chris Richards commented. In many ways, Draco's case and his artistry sum up the story of mass incarceration and the efforts by rap artists across time and geography to bring attention to the problem. In conclusion, I skipped a lot, but I gotta go. For 400 years, blacks in America have used music to call out and contest the injustices they have faced. Slave songs, Negro spirituals, jazz, freedom songs, black nationalist protest music, hip-hop, black music has allowed black people to speak to the hearts and minds of those who would not ordinarily listen to their complaints. Rap music in particular has been a potent means to spread the stories of those who live today in marginalized, under-resourced, over-policed communities and educate listeners about mass incarceration. Its contribution to the public discourse about the injustices of the criminal legal system cannot be ignored. The songs are heard loud and clear. But let me leave you with this. It once was that. This is what it's become. There is a particularly troubling aspect of the connection between hip-hop and mass incarceration. A situation where rap music documenting mass incarceration moves to rap music facilitating mass incarceration. Okay, I'm on my way. Where you at? The school? Okay.
And we have to take Smart home.
All right. See you soon. Bye. That's my time, family. Okay, let me I don't have time to read y'all's comments because I had to get through that. All right. The Blackboard, I see you, family. Thank you for joining the live. All right, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna share this real quick, and then I gotta go. As I set up to pray us out, y'all. I hope y'all got my point. I know the last part was a little rushed. Y'all just need to rewind because it was an epic show, even though I was all over the place. I made my point. I got my point, okay? Hold on, y'all. Oh. Oh. That's not what I meant to do.
Slavery in 1863. Get away from that and say, no, we want tangible, measurable things. And you start with right now with Biden. Biden right now got in the office because of black folk. He's already said he and Harris that they'll never do anything for black folk in terms of reparations and those things. Do not vote for anybody who would not support black folk. I don't care whether it's the highest, lowest offices to the highest offices. Don't do it. And you vote strictly as a block.
So, Dr. Anderson, can I ask you a question about the voting strategy? I'm sorry to jump back in on it, but let me ask you, because you're making a very, very important point that I want to make sure that we highlight. That you said do not vote for anyone who's not in favor of black interests. We right now are pushing a closed border state. We are now pushing closed borders, period, because that is an absolute imminent threat when it comes to our community. And that is our voting strategy as we move forward into the midterm elections and then to the presidential election. How do you feel about the closed border strategy?
I'm totally in favor of it. From the community level to the national level, you set aside your property and make you build your community, and you market and close it. Market and close it, just like the Asians do. They mark Chinatown.
Thank you.
Everybody mark their towns with us. If you go across this country, you can find little Korea, a little China, a little Halina, anything. You can find.
I'm so glad he's still alive to see us wake up.
So I'm sorry, Dr. Anderson. I hate to cut you off. We are down to our 2-minute mark, and
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it from the doctor. We want doctor. Ooh, ooh. Y'all remember Dr. Detroit? Don't act like I'm the only one. Okay. That was Dr. Claude Anderson in support of my Freedmen voter strategy family. This makes no difference if we stay at home. It makes no difference if we stay voting for third parties that can't win. We got to show up in Obama-style numbers during the midterm to show the middle finger to the benign neglect of the Democrats who have given us their blue ass to kiss. We must show them that we turn up and out to vote for closed border candidates, which includes Marcel Dixon to replace Coon Clyburn in District 6, South Carolina. Okay? We must show up and show the Democrats that we did it. And we must be prepared to close these borders as immigration is our most imminent threat. Sheila Jackson Lee, Narcan and Cobra, they are playing with that HR 40. They're not studying this to give you money. They're studying it to be to you what the $30 million to the programs for the would-be quote-unquote crack epidemic is going to do for a few white opioid addicted. They're doing with HR 40 what they did with the Freedmen's Bank Forum. They set aside $9 billion to enrich immigrants. HR 40, they are claiming that there will be no cash. They want to study us with no cash. How is that reparations? So they're using that this midterm, trying to do a full court press to get it passed in the House when we've got campaigns going to kill it. We want you to call up your Congress people and tell them to withdraw their signature. And if they don't, they'll lose their seats. And you got the power of your voice in the vote to make that happen. We're going to roll out a full campaign, okay? Working on the letters, the emails, all of it. So that's coming to an email near you. Well, I love Tamara Johnson-Shealy family, but she supports immigration. So I can't have it both ways. To me, reparations and immigration are diametrically opposed. You see these Democrats weaponizing our Holocaust to enrich themselves and the immigrants. So while I love Tamara Johnson-Shealy, I'm scheduled to have her on my show. We got some things to talk about because I don't know how she accomplished what she's seeking to achieve on reparations in a white district with whites and immigrants. How can you be for reparations and for them too? So I don't know. I'm going to bring her on Sunday and ask her. But right now, I'm not supporting no one that's in support of immigration. It is our number one threat. It is keeping our black men on the streets. It's keeping them unemployed. They got the highest rates of unemployment. And even sisters are struggling to get work. And as California goes, I see the nation is starting to go. We've got to neutralize our most imminent threat. We've got to show up in Obama-style numbers and unseat the Democrats who aren't doing anything but paying lip service to doing something for us, pandering for the vote. It's time for that to stop right now. And I want them to see us do it. Hi, Cosetta. Your authenticity full force. Yeah, I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm a little extra, okay? A little bit extra. But I love y'all so much. Yes, I do. The light of God surrounds us. Y'all got y'all marching orders. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. It's edutainment over here. It's edutainment. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever Freedmen and his allies are, God truly is, because family, you are the face of God. You are the voice of God. You are the body temple of the Spirit of the living God. Yes, you are, family. Know this if nobody's told you today. I love you, Black family. I love you so strong. Yes, I do, family. Until we meet tomorrow. Well, let's hope and pray that I get to meet y'all tomorrow. I want you to make it a beautiful, God-inspired rest of your evening, family. I'm sending you a ton of peace, love, and reparations, family.